for leaving a dinner party after a girl sat on my husband's lap. I am still so shook with everything, so sorry for my rambling. My husband Jake and I have been married for 3 years. We're both 25. And from the beginning, he was very close with his best friend's sister, Cindy, currently 18 female. Well, my husband would often talk about her and tell how he has seen her grow up throughout the years. Cindy is always very bubbly and seems very fond of Jake as well. I remember when we were dating, she would ask to come along on our dates a lot. I never really said anything as I liked spending time with her as well. She was like a little sister to me. When we announced our engagement, she asked my husband to not forget about her after being a married man and to still hang out with her. Well, we got married, and I even made her a bridesmaid. Soon, we moved to a different state and kind of lost contact. Now, Jake's best friend came to stay with us for some time, and Cindy came along as well. Now, the moment she saw us, the first thing she said was how hot my husband has gotten, and she was glad he didn't look like those boring married men. Then, throughout their stay, Cindy would just ignore my presence and be way too close to my husband. I told Jake that it was looking a bit inappropriate and to ask Cindy to tone it down. But he said that Cindy is just a bit childish and is that way with everybody. So I'm just going to already say, here's red flag number 1. You approached Jake to let him know that what Cindy was doing was looking inappropriate, and you asked him to address her to tone it down. But instead of doing so, he blew you off and just said she's like that with everybody else. That is a red flag right there. He is ignoring your concerns because it's just easier. Well, on their last day, we decided to host a dinner party for everybody. During the party, I was with Jake when Cindy came and told me, "Oh, I need to steal your husband for a while." And before I could say anything, she grabbed Jake's hand and took him out to go play games. I ignored it since it was their last day. But then throughout the dinner, she was getting way too close to Jake and would just drag him away whenever I'd be around and then giggle at me. When everybody sat for dinner, I was sitting beside my husband, and Cindy came in the room. And she said, "Oh, there's no seats." And then just went and sat on my husband's lap. If somebody were to do this to my husband, nobody has to worry about what my reaction would be. My husband would stand straight up, let them fall on their ass on the floor and be like, "Oh, sorry, there was something on my lap. I had to wipe it off." Like he'd be sarcastic like that because even he knows. No, that lap, that's for our child or for me. That's not for random people. That's inappropriate. And the fact that you already told your husband that you were feeling, uncomfortable, and he blew your feelings off, and then this happens and he doesn't stop it. Yeah, you got a husband problem too, because your husband does not respect you. Let's get back to this. She then says, "Oh, there's no seat," and then just went and sat on my husband's lap. Everybody was surprised. And Jake started laughing and said, "Cindy, stop acting like a kid. You know you're not a kid anymore." Cindy started laughing, saying it was just a joke, and got up and sat in another seat while giggling at me yet again. Yeah, I was so angry with the disrespect and the fact that Jake was so cool with it, but I didn't want to say anything bad, so I excused myself, took my car, and left. About an hour later, Jake called me asking where I was. I told him I'm going to a friend's house and I will come back after Cindy's gone. I know what I did was terrible. No, it wasn't. But I was so angry at the time that if I had stayed there any longer, I would have probably started fighting or crying. I came back the next day and Cindy and her family had left. So before I even get back into this, no, you did the right thing. You left to de-escalate. She was purposely pushing your buttons, pulling your husband away, making sure that she looks at you and giggles every single time, sitting in his lap. I don't care what that is. That's inappropriate. The fact that you already told him, he did nothing about it, and then laughs when she does it and tries to play it off. No, not appropriate. But watch, he's going to end up turning this somehow into it you being your fault and trying to get you to apologize. Jake was very pissed and said I took things too far. I started crying and told him how everything made me feel. He said I was horrible to think such things about Cindy and that she was like his sister. I told him that I'm not doubting his intentions, but I was hurt by how disrespectful Cindy's behavior was and that he was enabling her by not saying anything. He started saying that I sound ridiculous and couldn't even take a joke, referring to the lap incident. I said, regardless, I don't want her in my house ever again. To top it off, Cindy sent a message saying that she was sorry about making me so insecure about myself. See? Pushing them buttons. And that she would make sure to make me feel better, but I should not have left as it was pretty childish and kind of spoilt the mood. It felt so backhanded. I didn't reply anything to her. It was backhanded. She was doing everything she could to piss you off. She won because she got you to leave. She doesn't understand that you left to keep the peace. She sees it as you left, so she won. Saying that, oh, it was pretty childish. Sitting on another woman's husband's lap is not childish. I mean, pot, meet kettle. I just told my husband that he needs to maintain a distance with Cindy.